Dear Jordan, today is Saturday, March 17th, 2018. It's St. Patrick's Day! I thought today I would tell you about the time that I got to march down the streets of Dublin in the St. Patrick's Day parade. It is the 10-year anniversary of when we went. My high school marching band took an international marching trip every 3 years, and freshmen didn't march, so basically you went once during your high school career. And we went to Ireland. We flew out of Chicago into Ireland. I did not sleep the entire plane ride because I don't sleep on planes. I was the only one awake, which was an interesting experience. But we got there and it was daytime, ready to go, so we put our things in the hotel and immediately went to the Cliffs of Moher. And so thus started my very sleep-deprived marching trip. I remember it being so windy that you were just like blown around everywhere. It was kind of rainy, it was a little chilly, but it was because of that now when we have that weather here, it brings back amazing memories. We did a bunch of sightseeing while we were there. Like I said, we went to the Cliffs of Moher. I got to kiss the Blarney Stone. We went to a bunch of old castles. We went to some dinners where they did demonstrations with madrigal type people. We saw some river dancing. What else did we do? There were a couple times where we got to just be free and explore the city and do some shopping and see all that sort of stuff. But we did march in 2 parades. The first one we did was in Limerick, and then on St. Patrick's Day we got to march down the streets of Dublin, which was one of the most amazing experiences. It was really funny because we were marching down the streets and people were yelling cheeseheads and all this other stuff. I mean, that's what people call people from Wisconsin, right? But it was funny because like it's a whole nother country across the pond, and like they know our nickname, and so it was really funny. The parade itself was so long. I think the parade route was either 1 mile or 2. I think it was a 2-mile route, or like just under 2 miles. And so when you're marching, you're marching, and then when you come to a stop or like the parade pauses, you have to keep marching. But basically you're standing still and your feet are still marching, but you're in still. So you're still essentially walking. And we were marching in step for about half the parade. So really we walked like 4 miles. It was so long, but I made it. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I made it. I was much healthier in high school, but it was all longing. But it was just so cool being there. There were like just all the antics that you could imagine. And I have tons of pictures from before that parade, but actually I had given my camera to someone to take pictures and videos and stuff of us marching, but I never actually got any because there were a bunch of drunk people everywhere, and someone actually ran into the girl that had my camera and it fell on the ground and broke. So I only have pictures from the first half of my trip, but it's okay. I have all the memories up here. Okay, so I know that wasn't CF related, but it was one of the first international trips that I remember going on, that I had to deal with bringing all my treatments and figuring that stuff out. So on that trip I did not bring my vest. That is when I was introduced to the acapella. I now take my vest everywhere I go because I am not as healthy and I don't feel as well when I don't do the vest versus like I have the aerobica and the acapella. Neither of them I feel work very well for me. So that was one of my first experiences traveling internationally with all of my treatments, where I was kind of in charge. I'd taken a couple of international trips with my family before when I was a kid, but this is the first one that I had to, you know, be accountable for myself. I will say I was not perfect with my treatments that time, but I do remember having to do my nebulizer and then do my acapella, whereas like when I do my vest, you know, you can do your nebulizers and your vest at the same time. So basically my treatments took twice as long. It was a really, really fun time, and I'm glad I got to share that memory with you, and I can't wait to hear from you soon. See ya, sister.